Nature of law, laws, rules and norms. It is important to understand the distinction between laws, rules and norms. In particular, where they come from, who makes them and how they are enforced. There are some similarities between them. They're all mechanisms of social control, and sanctions may be in place to encourage compliance. They are generally in place for the benefit of society, to protect rights and to prevent people infringing the rights of others. Laws are a formal mechanism of social control. They apply generally throughout the country in which they are made. They are made by state officials including parliament, government ministers, local authorities and judges. They are written and found in statutes, case law, regulations and bylaws. Laws are often based on enforcing social norms, morality and protecting rights. Some laws may relate to protecting health and safety or the environment. Others may simply regulate the relationship with the state. For example, the regulation of car ownership and rules of the road, the requirement to pay tax or entitlement to social welfare benefits. Many laws are inspired by religion and cultural values. For example, the law of murder based on the principle of thou shalt not kill, and laws on marriage reflect cultural values. Laws are capable of change and development. Legal rules can be changed instantly. For example, the lockdown laws relating to COVID were introduced rapidly to cope with the crisis. Other changes may occur to reflect cultural change. For example, allowing gay marriage under the Marriage, Same-Sex Couples, Act of 2013. Laws are enforced by the courts. Civil law allows people to bring a court action to enforce their rights against another individual. The civil courts can award remedies such as damages and injunctions. In criminal law, the state agencies of the police, the courts, probation service, prisons and Crown Prosecution Service would also be involved with the enforcement of the law. The police investigate the crime and arrest the offender. The CPS will conduct the prosecution. Criminal courts will hear trials and appeals and decide on the sanction of those found liable. Sanctions in criminal law include community or custodial sentences which are enforced by the probation service and the prison service. Rules are also a formal mechanism of social control. They are generally written, but differ from laws in that they are not made or enforced by the state. They are generally used as a means of keeping order and can be found in most institutions, whether it be a school, workplace, hospital, shopping mall, public transport or simply just in games and sports. Rules will be made by the institution that enforces them. There is an overlap with laws, in that many of the institutions will operate within a legal framework and some of the rules may be set by law. For example, under Section 89(1) of the Education and Inspections Act 2006, a school must produce a policy on behavior. Head teachers must outline their rules and sanctions in the policy. The school rules may contain rules which align with criminal law in relation to bullying, theft and damage to property. They will also contain provisions to regulate behavior which is not criminal. For example, no running in corridors. Laws generally have higher authority than rules, in that a sanction imposed by a particular institution will only impact the individual's relationship with that institution or a regulatory body of a profession. For example, a barrister acting where there is a conflict of interest may be disbarred, but would not have a criminal record, so could change to a different career. Whereas a criminal record would impact the relationship with all employers. In some instances, rules have been seen to disapply laws. For example, it is a defense to a criminal charge of ABH, GBH or wounding if the defendant caused injury within the rules of the sport or game. For example, in boxing or rugby. When rules are broken, this may result in sanctions. So, for example, where school rules are broken, this may lead to a detention or suspension depending on the severity of the action. If rules are broken in football, a free kick may be given to the opposing team or a player may be sent off. Breaches of workplace rules may result in warnings and dismissal. Norms are informal mechanisms of social control. They are unwritten rules and come from collective values, traditions and customs which are internalized and produce conformity. They can be seen in basic everyday behavior such as forming a queue, refraining from singing or dancing in a classroom, or saying please and thank you. Social norms are about fitting in with what society expects of you. Norms will differ in different societies and different cultures. For example, in the UK it is considered disrespectful to avoid eye contact when someone is talking to you. However, in Nepal it is seen as disrespectful for a child to maintain eye contact with a parent or a teacher. Norms are instilled in childhood by parents and schools and may be reinforced by media and peer group. There are no formal sanctions for breaking social norms. Parents and schools may enforce informal sanctions such as being grounded or confiscating a phone. Society may express their objection by perhaps giving a disapproving look or calling them out. Peers may ostracize them. In summary, laws, rules and norms are all methods of controlling behavior. Laws are the most formal method. They are made and enforced by the state. Consequences of breaching the law can be significant. Rules are made and enforced by various institutions and are necessary to ensure the smooth operation of these establishments. Sanctions can be significant but less impactful than those applied to legal breaches. Norms are patterns of behavior instilled in childhood. They can vary from culture to culture and are enforced informally with lesser consequences. This video is part of a series of videos on law from www.e-lawresources.co.uk. Please subscribe to our YouTube channel www.youtube.com/@e-lawresources. It's free to do so and will help us to keep providing these videos. Check out our website which provides lecture outlines and case summaries. See also www.elawrevision.org.uk for revision games and quizzes. Thanks for watching.